You brought up Kovalev. He has this fight with Canelo Alvarez. How do you see that fight? A smaller guy in Canelo moving up to fight a bigger guy in Sergey Kovalev.
I think if there's any time for Canelo to pick the fight with Kovalev, the timing now is right. Coming off a fight with Yard, a pretty tough fight, not enough time to recuperate, regroup, going right back in camp, having to take weight back off a short camp. Strategically, it was a great move, but you can't take anything away from Canelo. Kovalev accepted the fight, so you have to go with it as it is. Right now, we give Canelo the advantage, but Buddy McGirt is a plus for Sergey Kovalev. He's changed his mindset, he's changed his outlook, and I think boxing-wise, he's very formidable. And Canelo's going to have to get by the lead hand, which Golovkin's lead hand gave him a lot of problems. Kovalev's lead hand is a step up or two from Golovkin's lead hand. He reacts well with it, he leads with it, he defends with it, and he's still got his in and out legs. Canelo he only takes one step to you when he attacks, so he doesn't take that second and third step. So that could be crucial in fighting Kovalev. You need more than that one step because he is quick enough and rangy enough to get out of the way of your first stage of attack. And Canelo's pretty much a counterpuncher. So if he's going to have to go to Kovalev, that could play in Kovalev's favor. I think in order for Canelo to be effective with Kovalev's body, Kovalev's going to have to go to him, and he's going to have to step to Kovalev at the same time Kovalev steps to him. But if he lets Kovalev fight at range, Kovalev has the endurance, and he's in good condition to go to 12 rounds, it could be an interesting fight. Right now, because of the factors that are involved, I favor Canelo in the fight. I favor him getting this point across probably more, but I think Buddy's going to come up with a great plan. I would be surprised to see Kovalev dominate the fight.
Dominate, really?
Yeah.
A lot of people would bring up the fact that, since your guys' fights with Kovalev, that he hasn't looked the same. He's looked very vulnerable, and this is like the right time for Canelo to go and grab him, especially due to his non-resistance when he gets attacked in the body.
It is, but can he get to the body? That's the question. If you look at the physical attributes, it's going to be hard work. Canelo sometimes doesn't show the greatest stamina in fights. So is he going to have to work twice as hard to get to the body, 2 to 3 times as hard, and plus going through this jab? And Kovalev has got a pure boxer for a trainer who knows how to focus him, who knows how to motivate him. There's a lot of things that you have to consider. I think Kovalev would have to have physical letdowns, stamina-wise, reaction-wise. The last fight lingering on him, the pressure, the draining effects of making weight again, turning right back around at his age. I think all that plays into Canelo's favor. So if he could take advantage of those factors, he should come out victorious. But if he can't, I would be surprised to see Kovalev dominate the fight.
Yeah, the one thing that kind of stays in my mind is throughout Canelo's career, he's always had a little bit more difficulty with guys that have a really good, strong jab. Golovkin comes to mind. Floyd was at another level, but Floyd was able to keep him at a distance because of his feet and his jab. But Kovalev just doesn't have a normal jab. He has a power jab, and I keep thinking, like, if he throws it out there, it's going to make this fight very complicated for Canelo.
Canelo's going to have to concede a punch in order to get to Kovalev.
He's going to have to take one to get in, huh?
When we fought him, we had to say, what punch are we going to, because we predicted we were going to knock him out before the fight. We said that we were going to stop him. But in order to stop him, you have to concede a punch. So what punch are we going to concede? We're going to concede the jab. In other words, we're going to give it to him, but we're going to follow it back. But does Canelo have the quickness of feet that Dre has to be able to slip in and follow the jab back and beat Kovalev back to position? That's the question. Does he have that quick first and second step and able to slip in and slip low? He's not a slip-in fighter. He's a step-in fighter. So if he can't do that, he's going to have problems with that jab. And that jab is the whole, I think, the A factor in that fight. Can he deal with the jab, and can he take the jab away? Can he follow the jab back and take the jab away from Kovalev?
If Canelo wins the fight, a lot of people are going to look at that and be like, you know what would be a great fight would be if your old fighter, Andre Ward, were to come back and face a Canelo. Would you like to see that? And you think, would that be something that would get Andre up and the competitive juices flowing and want to have a fight like that?
Well, I don't think he's ever lost his competitive juices. That he just had a plan. One thing about Dre, he's disciplined. He's very focused on what his life is about in his career. You never lose the competitive juices, but he's set for life. He has a great broadcasting career. I don't know what it would take for him to even consider it. It would take a tremendous amount of money, certainly more than $10 million. I think it would take for that fight to take place, and then he would, if I was involved in it, I would want him to have a couple of fights before that fight. So that leaves your broadcasting career on the table. It leaves an opening for somebody else to come in, and that's his second career. He's around the fight game. He's enjoying it at ringside. He's set. He's set for life. So he left a lot of money on the table. So the money's gonna always be there. So when is enough enough?
That's a lot of money still. Fighting Canelo is a $15, $20 million payday, and it's a fight that he'd be looked at as the favorite.
But as long as he right now can leave his children's children an inheritance, he's doing good.
In your opinion, how does a Ward-Canelo fight play out, hypothetically speaking?
Oh, Andre all the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just dominant all the way, or it'll be difficulties?
I think he brings a lot of factors to the fight. There are a lot of other people, and he can fight inside with Canelo. He could manhandle it because he's extremely strong, and his IQ. This would be the first time Canelo would fight somebody with an IQ like Dre's. So I think, but at the same time, with all respect to Canelo, I would like to have a couple of tune-up fights before we took the fight to make it right. Just not gonna jump into something because it's there. So I don't see it happening. So there's no sense in even speculating.
It's fun though to think,
Yeah. What if? It's always what if on the table, and let's see how it goes.
Snack has played a huge part in my training camp. The protein, the ZMA, everything, the pre-workout, it's played such a major part in my training camp, keeping me healthy, keeping me recovered, keeping me feeling good, strong, and ready for my next workout.